Okay, so this is how I do my search. I go to Fox, click on wholesale lots, and normally when you click on wholesale lots, it's going to show you everything that they recently listed, okay? So you could, for example, go based on it. But I always go to Ladies Apparel under wholesale because I want the palettes, right? So I sometimes look at the numbers, compare. I do the math like what would the average be, and if I see something that would cost around $4, then I look at it. So I would open the palette, and number two things, for example, that I do not want is pieces with multiple quantities and also a lot of small. So I check for those first. So for example, it tells you that the average cost is 4.9 and it tells you it's one pallet. So this is going to come in a pallet. Sometimes it says boxes. This one is coming in a pallet. So this is 4.9 plus shipping, which actually would not be bad because I want something for $5 average and it's shelf pulls, which that's what I also want. So then let's make sure that this doesn't have a lot of quantity. So when you double click on it, it takes you from the highest to the lowest. So it's not bad, right? It has 5 pieces of this one, 5 pieces of that one. It's not much. And as you're scrolling down, 3 twos, and then a bunch of ones. So it passes that test, okay? Then I type in S here because I want to make sure it doesn't have a whole lot of smalls, okay? Now, this one, I actually would want to count how many pieces it is. This is extra smalls and smalls. So maybe yes, maybe no. Then I look at the brands, right? Alfani has 19 and now this 20. Kind of look through it quickly. Yeah, now this is a very good one. Ink is 160 pieces altogether. So that's a good one because ink sells very well for me. What's another one that's a lot? Style & Co 68. And then the last thing that I also like to do is filter from the lowest and then look at the pictures. Because if it's a lot of, let's say, Karen Scott tank tops, I don't want it because those do not do well for me. It's like a filler I see in what you call it, in the palette. And then now I also go through each listings. I don't know, like I have time and I do go through all the listings and I look at the pictures to see that maybe see that 90% of the pieces were not palette. And that's all it is.